We're just wanting to know what you think about when you think sustainability.
I think of fossil fuel free because fossil fuels are not renewable. So what else do I think? Living simply so others may simply live. Growing your own food and being aware of how much energy it takes to grow the food. Keeping the transportation costs in check. Even transporting manure to the fields takes a lot of energy. So again, full circle coming about the carbon footprint. That's an issue to be considered sustainable. You need to be aware, or at least I feel like one should be aware or tuned into how much fuel you use when you're living or your life, basically. And
so when you look forward and kind of imagine how a sustainable economy, say, would look like in 20 or 30 years, is it just, I'm putting words in your mouth now, but is it just kind of going back to pedal power and maybe some horses and have minimal automobiles and mechanical things, or is it a mix of going back to some old things like pedal power and all of those things and other new things with maybe renewable or some kind of other energy source? So here we've got like a combination of high tech and the past. So how do you see that working out?
Well, that's a good question. I feel like unless the breakthrough happens in battery technology and or perpetual motion over Unity machines, unless those two breakthroughs happen, I feel like we're going to be forced to go back to the horse and buggy, and because the fossil fuels won't be there to fuel it, we can mitigate it a little bit by producing our own alcohol, which I think is probably the most efficient way to go. I'll give a plug for David Plume's book, Alcohol is a Gas. He's done a lot of research on that. That could be a segue into a total collapse in our transportation needs. But we're such huge consumers as a society as far as oil-based fuels that but that's something that we can grow our own fuel. So that really needs to happen. I'm gonna just say you can cattails would acre cattails would produce 2,500 gallons of alcohol, and according to David's, and the exciting thing about that is it's bioremediation. Not only will it produce the alcohol, but it'll also filter our waste. So that bioremediation is huge. So when one applies newer technologies that to do that double whammy of providing fuel and cleaning up the water, it's huge. Because we're past the bell curve, and that we're consuming almost twice as much as we're producing right now. It's compounding, and so the price is going to skyrocket one of these days once the manipulators get out of the way, and the true cost of producing the oil is placed on Americans. And once that happens, the fuel there won't be any need to build any more roads, even though there's no more room to build roads in Seattle, because no one will be able to afford to drive. Everything else we're doing as far as trying to fix our transportation solutions are Band-Aids at best. Instead of building and planning, designing communities around the convenience of the automobile, we've been doing this for a long time, to accommodate to be more pedestrian friendly in the needs of the pedestrians and bicyclists, and the low impact, the low carbon footprint lifestyle.
Right, and that's how we're also going to get rid of the traffic problem, or at least mitigate
exactly.
it.
Yeah.
It's through zoning.
Zoning. Yeah. So
all right.
Planning. It's all about planning.
Yeah. All right.